Guys, what's going on?
Cooper
Good. It's just good to have him back out there. His energy, his presence. I know the guys feel it, so I know he's getting better every single day. Probably a good question for him in terms of where he's exactly at, but it's good to have him out there.
You expect him to take part in full practice today?
I don't know what his full status will be. I kind of leave that to Sean and Reggie and all them. It's just my role is whoever's out there you roll with, and you kind of keep moving from there.
As much as he communicates on the sideline and helps the other receivers in that aspect, kind of serving as an extension of the coaching staff, what's the value beyond obviously the skill set of having him out there on the field if and when he does?
Yeah, just what you said. I mean, there's just a calming presence when a guy like Cooper Kupp's on the field, right? It's he's been there, he's done that, he's played at a high level since he's gotten in this league, and so anytime he's out on the field, we're going to be a better offense for sure.
And on that, does it open up your offense in a way, or how would you explain your better offense with Cooper Kupp?
Yeah, I mean, there's just certain things that guys like Cooper Kupp can do that he just gets, he sees, just the small little minute alignments and, how defenses are aligning and the information he can bring back to us as coaches and stuff like that. It's just, again, there's a reason he's had the success that he's had, on the field. He's a tremendous athlete and receiver, but he's got a mind that's, pretty unique. Good. Again, same thing. Just good to get him back out there, and we'll take any of these guys that have been over there in Reggie's room and the training room. We'll take back with open arms. And again, as I always say with all these injured guys, it's we'll keep it moving. That's our job. But these guys are players and they want to be on the grass. So you're just happy for those guys.
Any other receiver in football on pass plays. Obviously, that's something that Cooper does a lot of. But what makes Tutu so good in that role?
Oh, Tutu's a very smart dude too, and so when you're motioning, there's a lot of detail that goes into those motions per play that a lot of people probably don't know. They're just seeing a guy going across and ball snapped, and you go from there. And it's not that easy, particularly when you're trying to get the edge that you are in motioning. So he's a guy that, we're doing that because he can fly off the ball and getting them that access, but he also understands how to do it and why we're doing it. That's again, a unique trait.
What were your recollections of last year as you guys turned things around coming out of the bye? I mean, was it kind of a subtle thing or a very obvious thing that changed?
I wouldn't say anything subtle or obvious. I think the guys just kept coming to work and working to get better every single day. And that's coaches, players, that's everyone in this building. This league is week to week. And if you're worried about what happened in the past, you're worried about the wrong stuff. Now you're learning from things from the past to move forward to make sure those things don't happen again. But I truthfully don't care what our record is. I'm worried about this week and putting our best foot forward today, leading into tomorrow, and then the best results will happen on Sunday when we put in that work. And so my recollection last year is no different than this year, and in terms of how we're approaching this thing and trying to be 1-0 this week.
After being decimated by injury, how encouraging is it? How does it feel to know that some of those key guys that you lost are close to returning and help is on the way?
Yeah, no, like I just said, I mean, again, it's we'll take them. I mean, they're on this team for a reason. A lot of them were starters for a reason. And it's but you're happy for them just to be back on the grass, helping their teammates and doing something they love. But it'll be nice when these guys keep trickling back. But again, we're going to go out with the guys that we got and give it our best fight.
Sometimes a step back, like a bye week, can give you a different lens, a different perspective. Did that do that at all for you this year?
Yeah, I mean, it always does. You just kind of reflect. I mean, this was a quicker one than you're used to. Can't remember the last time. Probably think 2019, where we had one of the earlier ones since I've been in the league. So there was a good 5-game sample to reflect from, but there's so much football to be had. Still, last year we were 9 games in, so you're already halfway through. So you could really dive deep into some of those things. Again, there was corrections to be made, both from a schematic standpoint, working with these guys individually, which each position coach did. But again, it was a good week to, like I said, reflect.
What can you take from the job practices last year, especially against Max Crosby?
Yeah, he's a stud. He's a game wrecker. He's so much respect. Last year was the first year I had ever had to go against him per se. I've never played him before on any team I've been on. So you got to see him up close and how destructive this guy can be. So it's what really stands out about him and this defense. But he doesn't take a play off ever. And he plays so hard, and that's the way this game should be played. So the utmost respect for him and the other guys and just kind of what they're doing there on defense in terms of just how hard they play. So we'll have our hands full for sure, not just with him, but all these guys.
Ready to roll. What's that?
What did your bye week look like?
Did some work, hung out with the family. It came kind of early, so it's still kind of, my daughter goes to daycare, so when she was at daycare, I was kind of doing some work, hanging out, and we have a 1-year-old also at home, so it's good to spend time with them, have some nights with them, and dinner with the family, but just stayed around here.
What was, as you look at the team through the first 5 weeks, going through the bye, just kind of what was your evaluation?
Yeah, it was up and down, I would say. I think there's a lot of things where you look at the tape and you think that's played some good ball, but I think it's got to be more consistent. Got to be cleaner, got to execute better. And, I think there's a lot of times where we've done that, and I think we just got to do it consistently for 60 minutes.
How encouraged were you by getting a turnover and turning it into points in that last game?
Yeah, I think anytime you get that, that's definitely encouraging. So, it was a good thing to see. Good to put a little pressure on the quarterback, and Jalen was in the right spot. So, it was good to see him get rewarded for that.
That play, there were, I think, 6 DBs on the field. We've seen some two-down line. Not going into the specifics of strategy, but just what has been that chess match like trying to present defenses with different looks as the season progresses?
Yeah, I think that's kind of like what you would do any year where you're trying to get your best 11 on the field, and you're also matching up versus what the offense does best. So, depending on, who they have, you're going to get certain guys out there that you think can match up.
Chris, when you look at this sample size combined with struggling to stop the run, do you want to change personnel? Do you want to change scheme at all? Get better at what you're doing? What do the options for that bye week kind of show?
No, I think it was even stuff leading up to the bye. I think, you're making subtle adjustments throughout after every game. And it's exactly right, Kurt, where, maybe it is changing personnel or maybe just moving a couple guys within the scheme or doing something that they might do a little bit better, putting them in better position. Or maybe it is the calls where, you're trying to get them in better spots and different things like that. So we're really looking at everything. But, it's kind of all-encompassing. It's personnel and scheme.
And a lot of people have pointed out to last year coming out of the bye week, and it wasn't like you just waved the magic wand. But is there some part of that success that you try to duplicate now?
Yeah, and you just really, you always draw on your past experiences. And, when you think about that, you just took it one day at a time. And that's all we're going to do now. That's what we were trying to do before the bye. And that's all we're going to do right now is all focused on right now and going to have a great Thursday practice.
Chris, Byron and Jared Verse both have 20 pressures. What type of things do you guys have to do, not scheme related, to help on the back end to help them get home?
Yeah, I think that's just it. Pressures. The more pressures you get, obviously, the more sacks you're going to lead to. So, I think when you have tighter coverage and stuff on the back end, or you're playing clean on the back end, the quarterback can't quite get it out as fast. That's going to lead to a few more sacks.
What did you see from Jared kind of his growth?
He's really taken a lot of steps. He's learning how to play within the scheme of the defense. I think we talked about it, I think it was a couple weeks ago, we were talking about the difference between the college games and the NFL and the different types of personnel you see playing against tight ends, playing over a tight end, playing against under center. I think he's getting more and more comfortable every single day.
What's the most important thing to do against a team with as much tight end talent as this team is on?
Yeah, no, they certainly bring a lot. And obviously, with Brock Bowers, he can do a ton of things, and he's a great all-around tight end. They use him in a bunch of different ways. They can really line him up anywhere as far as, within the core part of the formation, or you can split out and play as receiver. Unbelievable, whether it's, getting open, catching the ball, or even after the catch. So he's definitely going to be a great challenge.
Going back real quick to the time with the family in the bye week, do you get to enjoy it? Does it make you more antsy, especially when you guys are?
It was definitely at the beginning. It was definitely a little antsy, and then I was trying to I went with my daughter on a field trip with her class, and when you're chasing a 2.5-year-old around like a ranch, you're not exactly thinking about football. So I guess that was good to get away there. Yeah.
How does seeing a tight end like George Kittle twice a year help you prepare for
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. He does. From a game plan standpoint and a matchup standpoint, they provide a lot of similar problems. George has been, one of the best, and he was drafted in San Fran in 17 when we got here, so we see him every year, and we're used to seeing him. And that is true. And really every week you're going against great players. So there's always going to be new problems every single week that you got to match up to, and that's why it's the best league in the world.
A couple more. I know we're kind of getting ahead here, but next week's going to be a short week. So what's going to be the challenge for you as a coordinator now to make that turn back?
You got to move on. Yeah, obviously I've never done it as a coordinator where you got to get up Monday, or whether it's Sunday night or really early Monday, and you got to turn the page and move on and be ready to roll. But and that being said, is 100% focus on this game here and now. We'll worry about that after the game.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you guys.